Hello again, Dinky Danny here. Today I'd like to share a story with you about one of my favorite video gaming memories. As you all probably know, Nintendo recently announced that they're going to be re-releasing a classic Nintendo 64 game called Goldeneye 007. It's going to be coming out in November 2010, and personally I'm really excited for it. Anybody who's played the original Nintendo 64 version knows how much fun this game was, how groundbreaking it was, and I had just never played anything like it back then. So today I'm going to tell you a story that has to do with the original Nintendo 64 game, Goldeneye 007. So to fill you in a little bit for this story and the game, if you've never played it before, it was released in 1997 for the Nintendo 64. And up until this point, there weren't really that many first-person shooters out. The only one I had played before was Doom on the Sega 32X, which I had gotten for Christmas a couple years earlier. And when I first played Doom, I loved it. It was a first-person shooter. I had never seen that before. And then Goldeneye came out, and they added a feature that just blew me away. You were able to play split-screen multiplayer mode, so I could have 3 friends over, play in the same room on the same TV and have death matches. And I know for a lot of the younger people who play first-person shooters now, you could play with people in the same room, you could play split-screen, or you could play with millions of users online. But when GoldenEye first came out, it was just revolutionary. I'd never seen anything like that, and I put hours into this game with my friends. I would have everybody over, alternate who would play. The loser would be out and someone else would come in, and we had so much fun playing it, and that's pretty much where I'm going to go with this story. I'm just going to tell you an experience I had with the game and with the multiplayer, so hope you enjoy the story. So school had just let out for the year. I had a 3-month summer break to look forward to, and we were all going to be going down to our local amusement park called Kennywood. It was a celebration day where our local school district would have a picnic, and it would only be our high school. You wouldn't have to wait in lines for rides. You wouldn't have to deal with the crowds that were normally there. So we decided, since our parents would work during the week, we couldn't get a ride down from all of our parents. So we had a night where we'd just stay over our buddy's house, and his parents could take us all down in the morning. I think there were about 6 or 7 of us, and a lot of us had never played GoldenEye 007 before. So we all showed up over my friend's house around 7 o'clock. He had just finished eating dinner, told us all to come over. We were all excited to come over and try out this game. We get over to his house, and we put it in, we start playing the multiplayer, and you could play 4 people on the screen at the same time. So what we did is, last place, if you came in last place, you would get kicked out, and the next person would cycle in. And if somebody was really bad and lost all the time, we'd have to adjust it a little bit so they got to play some. So we started playing, and we were absolutely loving the game. I could not believe how much fun the game was. Split screen, being able to play with our friends, yelling at each other, taunting your friend after you kill them and things like that. You don't have teabagging like in Halo or anything, it wasn't quite as aggressive as that. But it was a lot of fun just to play the game, and I had never seen anything like it before. And before we even knew it, it was probably 2 o'clock in the morning, and a lot of our friends, were kind of getting tired, wanted to sleep for the next day. So they were passed out in sleeping bags, and my other 3 friends, we just did not want to go to sleep at all. We were having so much fun playing the game, and we kept getting better, having really close matches. So we ended up playing this game all night, and we didn't even realize the time was passing, and it came to about 7 o'clock in the morning, 6:30, something like that, and the sun started coming up. And, I mean, the kids' parents didn't care if we stayed up all night or anything like that, but we didn't even realize that the time was passing. We thought we were going to get a couple hours of sleep and then go out to the amusement park, the next day. And back then I think I was just getting out of middle school, so normally down there, you see the girl that you like or something like that, you look forward to having a good day and, hanging out with the girls that you want to hang out with and stuff like that. So we hear his parents walking around, and they come down and start waking everyone up to get ready to go. And, they see us still sitting there playing the game. So we go upstairs and we're eating breakfast, and I don't know why I remember this to such detail. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. Has nothing to do with the game. We're sitting at his sitting at his kitchen table, and they made us waffles. So we're all eating waffles and orange juice. And I look over at my friend whose house we were staying at, and I look at his waffles, and he had buttered each and every square on that thing. There was butter covering the whole thing. So I'm looking over and I'm kind of laughing, And I'm looking around seeing if any of my friends are noticing this. And nobody else was paying attention. And I looked back over and he had filled every single square up with maple syrup. And it took him like 4 minutes to do this. He's taking forever. And I look around to see if my friend noticed, and I look over at the kid's mom, and she had done the exact same thing. So I don't know why they did it, but I just thought it was funny. I don't know why I remember that detail. But we all finish breakfast, and we start driving down to the amusement park. And we're all excited to go. We really like this place. We had just gotten a new roller coaster we were all excited to try out. And we get there, we start walking around. And we all decide to go on this stupid ride. It's like a little kid's ride. It's called the Swings. I'm sure most of you know it. It's just where you sit in a chair, and then they raise you up in the air and swing you around in a circle, and you're just on a swing. And so we're all riding these swings, and we get off of it. And it was all 7 of us riding this ride. And we get off, and our 3 friends, had nothing wrong. But us 4 got off of that ride. And I seriously thought I was going to throw up. My other friend did throw up, and none of us could. We just didn't know what was going on. We had no idea why we were getting sick on such a stupid ride. It's almost like a kid's ride. You could put like a 7-year-old on this thing, and they're not going to get sick. So we're walking around, and we just had no idea what was going on. We couldn't figure out why we were all sick, and we stayed sick for a couple hours. And eventually we realized that the 4 of us who had stayed up playing Goldeneye all night, I guess, had gotten motion sickness from playing the game. They had a warning, and we knew that it could cause motion sickness, but I had never gotten motion sickness before. None of my friends did, and we never thought that it would be an issue playing the game. So we ended up wasting that whole day. None of us rode any rides. Didn't even hardly walk around. We all just wanted to go home. Felt like complete crap. So I thought it was a really funny story, and the new Goldeneye coming out is just really getting me excited to have another go at the game. Hopefully won't be getting sick on it this time. But I was just wondering if any of you have had nights where you just play a game all night and then have some kind of event in the morning. Leave a comment if you've ever done that before. And also, if you've ever gotten motion sickness or anything like that, I know a lot of people have problems with games and they can't play a lot of the games like 3D and stuff like that. When I put up a video about 3D, a lot of people said they get sick with that. And I just had no idea that, a first-person shooter could really cause that type of problem. So I don't know if Halo and Call of Duty and stuff like that still cause the same problem. But I'd love to hear if any of you had any stories like that or had anything happen to you like that. But that's my story. I'm looking forward to the new Goldeneye Wii coming out. And I'm Dinky Dana. Thanks for watching.